Would he be the youngest?
Sam,
Of the
no,
four?
next, Walter,
This is the oldest right here,
Walter
right?
could not
Yes.
have a lot of money.
Okay,
then Sam,
okay.
and then I had a sister, Mary. Oh, okay, and then,
George.
Very good.
no,
George.
George is next, then my brother Nick, right here,
Mhm.
and I'm the baby. And in this picture here,
Wait, I want to ask a question before you move on. I'm sorry. Did you have any other brothers besides those
No,
four?
just the
No,
four.
that's it.
You
the
had
four.
Four brothers, two
Just the
girls.
four. And
I
two
I
girls.
didn't think they would allow all brothers in
Very
World War
good
II
point.
to go
Yeah, that is a
into
good
the
point.
military at the same time.
Maybe that was after the. Remember there was a
It wasn't a
movie about
draft.
There was
It wasn't the
they
draft.
could all be in,
but
but if
Maybe it
they
was
would,
not.
they would
They
pull, they
couldn't
would,
all be
they
in
would
the
pull
theater.
them out.
Private.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
yeah.
that
yeah,
it?
Yeah.
yeah, they would pull them out.
I
They would
see.
pull
So mom,
Only-
tell them about Sam in the army. in the- or
Oh,
whatever it was.
okay.
Video.
Sam
Oh, okay.
went into the service
He was born for a black child.
in, I forget what year. No, anyway,
That was from Steve
he
Martin.
graduated from Marquette University
I got it. Can I let her in?
Yeah, she's such a pain. What's she?
when
Nobody's in there, Shadow.
You know,
She
went
wants
to
to clean off the
college.
table.
So
Just go to
then
the
when he graduated from college, that was in 1939, and that was the start of all,
20?
you know, the
39,
war.
yeah.
The war started in 1941. So they were after young men, and especially men that had a college education. So Sam, the government paid for 6 months. He had to go to Northwestern University before he could.
For like an officer training or something like that.
Right.
Was it quarter?
So he went in as an ensign, then a lieutenant JG.
Mhm.
Then in the war, this was in I think it was 1944. He was on the destroyer, the USS Bush, and the Japanese kamikaze torpedoed their ship. They were in the water for 6.5 hours
Come on.
before they were rescued.
All of them.
Wow.
They
Everybody.
were starting to turn blue.
Oh, yeah.
Because the
And
temperature of the water.
we, for a whole month, we didn't hear from him.
Yeah.
We did not know anything
long month,
about
huh?
him.
Alive or dead.
Can
yeah.
you imagine
No.
the communication back then?
It's crazy.
And today,
Gosh.
in
You
5
know.
minutes, the
Yeah.
whole world knows.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway,
This is Sam. She's talking next.
yes,
He's the officer.
he
You can tell from the uniform he's an officer.
Yeah.
he comes home from the war, and he got married. His father-in-law had a printing business in the downtown Chicago called the Loop, like we in Pittsburgh. It's called the Triangle. So the one day he said to his father-in-law, he said, "I'm not feeling well." And Mr. Olson said, "Well, they had a couch in the office," and he said, "Well, why don't you lie down, you know?" He said, "No, I think I'm going to go home and take the commuter train." So it's at the Union Station in Chicago. He walks up the steps and he sees a security guard. And he walks up to the guard and says, "Help me, please." And that's where he collapsed
Oh my.
at the age of 40.
Wow. Did they ever?
He went through all that, you know, in the war.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
11
Yeah, he
years
died.
after,
Wait, he
ever
died
figure
dead,
out-
Mom, of a heart attack?
he, a heart attack, yeah. And he died on his way to the hospital.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was the youngest to die. Young, right? He was
Go
the
through
youngest out of all your siblings.
all that, and then die of a heart attack.
No, Sam. Walter's the oldest, and then Sam.
No. At the age 40 was the youngest, right? Because Nick was older than 40.
Oh, yes.
Two of them died young, and the rest of them lived very long.
Right.
In their
Well,
80s.
Nick died, he was only 55.
That was Mark and Chris's dad.
Yeah, and Mark, yeah.